Hi guys, and welcome to High Fives Dungeons and Dice. I'm Andrew, or some people call me Magic Coolbus, and I will be the Dungeon Master for this podcast. I just want to take a few minutes to talk about a few things before we start our adventure. First, we're all new to Dungeons and Dragons, so rules will be missed, but it's part of the learning process, and we will try to learn from our mistakes. I have some experience with D&D, as well as a few of my members, but some more than others. Second, don't forget to subscribe, be it on YouTube or iTunes, an RSS feed, or whatever you listen to us on. Third, there are some audio quality issues in this episode, and they're going to be taken care of by the next one, but please bear with us. We promise that it'll be okay, and we'll try and take you on a great adventure. Now let's get started with introductions. So, do you guys want to do a little introduction on your characters for me?
My name is Balin Nesbor. I am a Dragonborn Druid. My Wu-Tang clan name is Misunderstood Desperado. My egg was left in the Forest of Birth. I was birthed with no family, no direction, so I learned the ways of the world on my own. I spent most of my days in an abandoned forest without interaction with other creatures of any kind. After 15 years, I finally wandered out to the forest and managed to explore my way into an abandoned draconic library. This is where I learned of my race's history, and I learned how to read and write. On my 18th birthday, I finally met my first other creature. She became my mentor and taught me how to fight and become one with the land. She taught me how to speak and understand more of what I had been reading in the past 3 years. And eventually, on my 27th birthday, I was forced to make my way into the larger world. With my newfound knowledge and skills, I believe I can make my way in society despite never having lived in it.
Ray?
I am Furkay. I was a sailor, and we were part of charting, lands that hadn't been mapped before. When there was a storm, and our ship got wrecked, and everyone died, presumably, but me. I didn't met anyone, see anyone, and I was in this land that I knew nothing about, and so I had to find my way back home. And throughout my journey, I found an old monk monastery. There's only one guy left, and he kind of showed me ropes and helped me explore through land and helped me get back home. During the journey, he died, and so I had to kind of pick up from what he left me, just from some books and stuff. And one of the big issues that I had getting home was I eventually ran into a large swath of giant territory and found my way home without getting squished. And now I'm back for the first time in a while, seeing what's changed.
Yeah, Keely, can you explain yours?
I'm a high elf sorcerer. I have a very cryptic past, and I don't want anybody to know about it, so I keep changing my persona. I've changed it so much that I don't really know who I am. And that's kind of how I get through my day-to-day life, is changing who I am to please others.
Okay.
Get through life.
With that, I'm going to go ahead and break down what's going on. In the world that you guys are in, it's going to be a very classic D&D experience as far as the world goes. The world is, medieval. Think medieval times. Think Skyrim-esque. The way that the towns are laid out is that the whole world is just very dark and very dangerous. And because of this, people have gathered together, and that is what formed these towns that are like bastions of light in between different areas of the wild. So these dangerous areas are in between, and they're pretty spacious, dangerous areas. And people really don't travel too much in between unless it's some sort of goods that they're trying to get from one place to another, or it's necessary. The individual cities are just going to be very sparse because it's still early on and people are just gathering for the sake of survival. You run into somebody who can hunt and you happen to be really good at cooking, and now you have the beginnings of an inn. So that's kind of how these cities have developed. So you're not going to run into a ton of cities. With that, I've got a map for you guys that I've made.
Got it.
So now to explain where you guys are at. So this is starting off with you guys in Halvidar. You guys have already joined up in Halvidar and are currently staying at the inn. The name of this inn is the Drunken Hunter Tavern and Inn. You guys have stayed there for a couple of days. You haven't really been there for a long time or really gotten out and really talked to anybody. And we'll come up with something later about why you guys got there and kind of write you guys a story about how you guys all met. So we'll address that later. But for the sake of just kind of getting right into this, you guys are in the Drunken Hunter Tavern and Inn. The city that you are in is Halvidar. It's a small city of about 3,000 people. There's a mix of all different races, a little bit more humans than some other races. This is like primarily that, but there is some racism towards orc kind, mainly because they used to be attacked very often. This town used to be a hunting village. It was a small hunting village, and now it's a city. And the reason why is because there was a mining operation that started off in the city, in this mountain that they're next to. Some dwarves got involved and started mining. And with that newfound money and people moving in for jobs, the city has grown over the past 100 years to be much bigger than it started off as. So with that being said, over time, as things grew, it kind of grew faster than they could handle. So with that, there's a little bit more crime in there. There's definitely a dark underbelly to the city, but it's not a huge city. It's like a city just starting to grow. So with this, you guys are currently in the tavern inside of your individual rooms. What would you guys like to do?
I want to go downstairs and see what they got at the bar.
How long have we been at this inn?
You guys have been at this inn for 2 days.
Okay.
So at this point, Fricke gets up and he goes downstairs. When walking downstairs, you notice that you're inside of a nice tavern. It's not the best tavern you've ever seen, but it's definitely not the shittiest. It's a nice balance, and there's not a whole lot of people because it's kind of earlier in the day. So they are serving breakfast, which you actually found out about when you first checked into this location. When you first checked in, they did say that they serve a continental breakfast from 8 to 10.
Yes.
Because, I mean, it's an inn, so they're going to serve a continental breakfast. Like, what inn doesn't? So
Is that a hot or cold breakfast?
it's whichever. I mean, they've got cold fruits.
Oh.
They've got bagels. They've got toasters that you could toast these fantasy bagels in. The toasters are ran
We've been
magically.
here for 2 days, right?
Yeah, you've been here for a couple days.
When I come downstairs, I just want him to be like, "Oh, geez, this guy."
you hear a random dwarf from across the way. He's like, "Oh, geez, this guy again." As you sit down at a table.
You can't just dress him up with mustaches and keep getting free breakfasts.
I know, you've come through here like 6 times trying to pretend to be someone else, like we don't know who you are. I mean, you're the same obnoxious person every time you walk through with a different face.
Face?
Yeah, different
Yeah,
face. Different
yeah, man.
face.
Get
This is
my
an
bacon.
underlying story you haven't heard of. Your character steals people's faces.
Yeah, he's John Travolta today. Wow.
You're in trouble. Get out of here. How do I kick you?
All right, so you sit down, and they bring you some breakfast, some roasted bear meat, and with some pomegranate pie and a glass of brandy. Does the rest of everybody else come down eventually and join?
Yeah.
We're
I spent a couple extra minutes sitting through my room trying to get everything kind of assembled and
okay.
cleaned up, but yeah, I do make well.
Okay.
You girls gotta put on her face first.
Okay. Kind of like rated like 6 times, and then you come downstairs. So in that case, Fricke's been down there for a few minutes, and you've already started eating when the rest of these people who you've met while in town slowly come down and sit down at your table.
Hey, there they are. Getting a late start, eh?
Yes. Oh yeah. Late start. I've been cleaning.
So you better hurry. I'm gonna eat it all. You better get in here.
No need to be selfish now.
At this, you see a man kind of run past the front door, which is open, clearly very discombobulated. He's an older gentleman, but that's all you really catch as he runs by. I would make you guys do a perception check to see that, but he is being very loud, and you can tell that he's very upset.
Is he leaving or is he just in the air?
Oh no,
We
he's
see him
just
through the store
storming past. He's past the store. There's a couple people, other people out walking past the inn, but the door is open, and this guy in particular has made a lot of noise, and you can tell is very upset.
So I go out and try to chat with this gentleman.
All right. So as you walk out, do me a favor and roll a perception check.
That is a D20, correct?
Yes, D20, and you roll it, and you
And
add
a
your perception
+4.
modifier.
Okay, that is a 9.
All right. With a 9, I mean, you notice he's an old man. He's an old man, human.
Cool.
And he definitely looks discombobulated. He's got like hair around the edges of a big old bald spot in the middle of his head. He's got like a bowling alley going on down the center of his hairline, and this hair is kind of white and gray speckled. He looks like he might be in his mid-50s, which is very old for this time period. You see him kind of storming away, and he goes into a shop down the way, and it looks to be a weapon shop. You see an emblem that indicates that it is a weapon shop.
So am I out on the street with him, or like?
Yeah, you're out in the street.
Is he
and
in earshot?
he's not near shot. He was moving really fast, really, like you could tell that he was all worked up about something. By the time that you got to the door, he's already halfway down the road towards the shop that he walked into. And then when you walked out, you noticed these things as he was finishing his way to the shop.
Okay. So I poke my head back into the tavern and I hail my mates with me and say, hey, I think we're going to be needed over here.
I look sadly down at my breakfast, but I go with him to make sure he doesn't make a fool of himself.
All right, you guys are now all out in the road. The road is not as well kept as you've seen in the rest of the city. This road is clearly the main road into the city, so it's got a lot of wear and tear. It's dirt, mainly because stone would be too expensive for them to replace. However, there is a stone wall that wraps around the city, and you guys are not very far away from it. You guys are probably like a city block away from the wall. You guys are just inside the entrance. This wall looks to be about 40 foot and runs around in a circle. And you guys know this from having looked at maps of the city in y'all's couple days that you've been here. Wraps around the entire city and meets the mountain that they're doing the mining operation. So the city kind of grows up to the mountain, and this wall goes up from the mountain around the city, using the wall as a barricade, and then using the mountain as the back barricade. But he's about halfway between where you're at and the wall, the shop that he went into.
All right, let's go see what this guy's deal is.
All right, so
I kind of just want to
Oh,
see what he does.
You're welcome to go in after him, but if he's going in with intent of getting a weapon, I don't necessarily want to alert him of our presence. Know that we're kind of like spying on him.
well, okay. How about this is not in character? I'm gonna go inside and act like I'm shopping, and then you guys got my back.
Yeah, we'll chill
Yeah, for
outside.
sure.
Okay. So I go to that.
All right, so you see your friends go and post up on either side. You see that Balin is on one
And
side.
I'm just waving my hand really like fast back and forth, saying, "Hey, hi, hey." Just to let her know that I'm there.
I kind of like look at him and like like when you do that thing with your hand, you're like, knock it off. I do that, and I just go in.
So when you walk in, you see it is a weapon shop. It clearly has quite a few weapons in there, but not as many as you expected. You don't see the man that you guys saw walk past the door, but you hear a lot of noise in the back room. Sounds of metal smacking into stone. And just it sounds like somebody is rummaging. There is a bell on the counter.
So like does it sound like? Well, okay, I guess I'd probably have to do a check on this. Does it sound like fighting, or does it sound like he's making a weapon?
Roll a perception check.
What? I got a 5.
I mean, it sounds like metal on stone.
Cool. And there's no one else in the store but me?
I mean, nobody that you can see. The store looks empty,
Okay.
except for the noise that you hear emanating from the back.
I
And it can be
make my way
anything
to the
from a
back.
raccoon
Is there
to-
like a door that I can try and peek through?
No, it's just there's a hallway.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess I keep following it.
Okay, so it's not a very long hallway. It's like a 5-foot hallway that goes into a storage area, and as you walk back there, you see the old man kind of hunched over, and you can tell. Actually, do a perception check for me.
You got it.
Give you a second shot at this.
That one's a little bit better. That's actually a lot of it better. That's a 19.
Okay, with that 19, that's a good roll. That's like
Yeah,
the first
got it.
really good roll of this session. With the 19, you see, even though he's an old man, you can tell that there is a lot of strength in his physique.
Like he's swole.
Yeah, think Master Roshi.
Oh, woof.
Like he's old, but like he's got the body of like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Hmm.
And you're just like, it's kind of confusing. It's concealed because he's wearing like very loose-fitting clothing,
Mhm.
but you can definitely tell that he's ripped. And at that, he whips around with a sword and points it at your throat, and he's like, "What are you doing here?"
Ah, beans. Thought I was sneakier than that. Are you alright, man? You seemed in a hurry out there.
That's not an answer to my question. What are you doing here?
I'm just checking on you, dude. Hey, let's calm down here.
Sorry. I'm just kind of upset. I bring in all my wares from a city nearby, and just some of them haven't shown up. They should have shown up by now. They're just not here. By the way, sorry, I'm being so rude. My name's Talvin. I am the owner of Talvin's Weapon Shop. This is where I sell my wares.
Well, I mean, hey, I'm for K. Looks like, I mean, you got a nice piece there, so probably doing all right for yourself.
Yeah, it's
What's,
good. It's good I didn't slice your throat with it. That would have been really bad.
Yeah, that would have been a bummer.
Because you look like you're
I've
like
got-
level 1, and I'm at least level 12.
I got a couple pals with me, making sure that you didn't kill me. So it's probably good you didn't. Can I go grab them real quick? See, they were worried about you
bring
too.
them in. I've got plenty of things to sell if you're looking to buy.
Yep, that's what we're looking to do, definitely. And then I like wink at him, and I go back out. I'm like, okay, come in.
As you walk out, you notice that what's his character's name? It's gonna take me a while to get a hold of all these names.
Calvin.
That Balin is still sitting there randomly waving at people that are walking by, and he's just like, "Hey, hi," to like every person who walks by.
And
Nice.
also, I want it to be known that as I get hailed into the shop, as I walk by, I will bump into people, not intentionally, but as I bump into people, I don't say I'm sorry. I don't acknowledge the fact that I'm walking into them. And people seem to be very frustrated with me, but I'm not picking that up.
Looks like
Yeah.
wolf. Okay. Hey guys, he looks just like an old guy, but he's swole as hell, and he'd definitely kick our ass. So be cool in here, okay? I'm definitely looking at you, Balin. And then you good, Malo?
Yeah, I'm just kind of like skipping along, kind of oblivious to everything. Like, I don't really care what's going on.
Okay, this is I just we've got a real good. You guys just let me do the talking.
This is a really
gonna be
solid group. It sounds
this is
like
gonna
We've got a lot of
neat
synergy.
for some first interactions.
yeah, it
Well,
sounds
I
like
like
your guys'
Balin.
charisma in total probably amounts to 5.
So-
I'm very, very charismatic, but
Same.
in a way that like a small child who just rambles on is charismatic.
Okay, so your character is charismatic as Jake is charismatic.
Correct. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Well, so my character's background is I've only known one other creature for the majority of my life, so I don't really know his social norms.
Makes sense. Makes sense. It's
All right.
very true to character. So as you guys walk in, you guys see the same thing, but now Talvin is right there at the counter, waiting to help you guys. And he's like, "Hello, are these all your friends?"
Yeah, these are my boys, and
Whoa.
well, boy and girl. We're friends. We're just we're kind of trying to help out around here.
Hello.
We're friendly.
My name is Talvin. I own this weapon shop. I've got plenty of things to sell, if you're looking to buy.
I've got a pouch of gold piece. What do you got?
I mean, plenty of things. I've got arrows. I've got bolts, needles, sling bullets. I've got a few clubs.
I'm a little more curious about what you don't have. You said something earlier about a shipment that was supposed to be here. What's going on with that?
Well, are you guys familiar with the region around the city?
Not very.
On a map.
Well, let me draw this bright red, perfectly straight line across it, and in clear font write down that this is the route that my gear takes on its way from the neighboring city. I import all of my gear because I do not have a weaponsmith here in town. I am merely an owner, but this city was growing, so I moved my business here. Now, I was in the neighboring city of Warbrick, which was where I get all of my gear from, but in order to do that, I have to have them travel a wagon across the Shattered Lands, which is known for roving orcs that just kind of wander around.
Yeah, that name doesn't bode well. That's your only choice, huh? Ugh.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate, but it's really the only way through. I could go through the forest, but going through that would add days to the travel time. And on top of that, I mean, it has its own less obvious problems. Like there are pixies and all sorts of crazy stuff inside of those wood elves that are not very friendly. I tried once to bring some through there, and I never saw a piece of that armor. So I stopped bringing armor. Armor is just too heavy to bring. So I just deal in weapons, but I've got enough weapons to last for a month or two, but I really need to get another shipment out here.
Well, I mean, we're new in town. We've been staying at the inn the past couple days. You know, gold might be getting a little light. You want some help on this? You guys good with helping this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does this mean an adventure?
Yeah, I mean.
Well, it would just be, a classic fetch quest.
I've only read of those.
Yeah. There's been a few writings of those. They happen now and then. Tell you what, if you
must track, those are not as fun.
Well, if you guys would go and get a hold of some supplies for me, and of course make sure that nothing's missing, and bring it all back, I will pay you 500 gold pieces.
Oh!
Wow, yeah, deal.
I want to roll a persuasion check to get him to pay me up front.
Yeah, no, is that individually or as a sum?
That is for everybody. That is what I was going to pay the entire group of individuals that were willing to do this, and I had a couple that were lined up, and the last one didn't fare so well when they went to go retrieve them from the woods.
Up the ante a bit if you're expecting us to do what others apparently cannot. I think it's a bit dangerous. Or
roll a persuasion check. And since Ray was already going to make a persuasion check, I'm going to say that, Jake, you can roll that with advantage, since he's helping you.
Okay, so I roll one and he does too?
No, he just has, he rolls twice and he takes the higher number.
Oh.
And that's, did you roll once or twice?
Roll again.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you have advantage. So roll twice and take the higher number.
I rolled an 8, so I rolled a 10.
Is that adding your,
Yes, my modifier, yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't have a whole lot of money. I've been spending it trying to bring goods across, and I'm running low. But I will have no money if I can't get my goods. So I'm kind of in what you would call a situation.
More than we need you.
Well, no, I feel like I don't want to bleed this old man dry, but like.
Tell you what, I'll give you
now.
I'll give you 200 gold pieces apiece. That brings the total to 600. That's an extra 100 gold that I shouldn't part with, but I'm willing to because I need my goods. And it's a
Okay.
decent-sized shipment. I'll make my money back if you guys can bring it back. But if not, you guys are my last chance to try and stay in business.
And I mean, if not, you get to keep that gold anyway. So yeah, I'm good with this.
Does everybody agree?
Yeah, I'm super in.
All right. Well, I drew a line on that map that you handed me to kind of show you the path that my wagon normally takes. So I mean, if you just head in that direction, you should eventually find the wagon. I don't know what's happened to it. I mean, for all I know, they could just be taking a little bit longer. Something may have gone wrong. A wheel may have broken. If so, this is easy money. But if not, and knowing the land is probably not, then you guys might be the right people for the job.
Yeah, man, don't sweat it. We've definitely done stuff like this before. You're making a very wise investment. And I snatch the map and usher us out of the store before we can realize we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, the entire time he's saying that, I'm so squinting at him, looking like, wait, what? I've never done anything like this. This is my first encounter with, like, more than 2 people ever.
So, as you guys leave, you see the city gate is over to your left, not too far down the road. It's about a block now. And then you have the inn on your right. It's important to let you know there are other shops that you guys would have found out about in your couple of days here, if you guys want to go shopping first. Some of the places that you could go, we've got a magic shop where magical goods can be purchased. We've got a temple that you guys have already checked. It's a temple of Arathis, who is the goddess of civilization and invention. You have another weapon depot that is ran by a dwarven man, and it's kind of more meant to supply the dwarves that are in the mines to protect themselves against things that they come across in the mines. Then you've got a bookshop, a spice shop, butcher shop, the regular old shops. And then you've got, if you guys decide to get dressed up, there is a Barnes & Nobles, where you can purchase Barnes or nice clothes that a noble would wear. So if you want to stop by there and get dressed up for the event, you can. So what do you guys want to do?
I don't know, do you guys want to go anywhere? I usually, since my guy's a traveler, I, for the most part, don't have a lot of money and keep what I need to survive on me.
We have a vote for the night. I'm content not going to the temple, and the only thing I would consider is I've read a lot of like strategy books over my years, and something tells me that we might be able to get the dwarven shop owner to perhaps pay us more for the retrieval goods.
I mean,
if you want to go talk to them. I'm not going to play my boy like that.
There are a couple other places that you guys could go as well. There is also a couple other places. They don't really apply to this situation, but it's just good for you guys to know that they're there. There is the mayor's home, which is a large estate, and then there is a guards barracks and jail in town that you guys can get to pretty easily.
Yeah, just
yeah.
someone like.
There's also the Mithril Rose, which is a whorehouse in town. You have heard rumors that that drugs are sold there as well.
Yeah, well, let's go to the magic shop. Mallow wants to go peep it.
And I'm good with waiting until maybe our return to town before I go in.
Okay, so if you go so you guys are going to the magic shop?
Yes.
All right, so as you walk up to where this magic shop is, which you've already seen, but I'm going to describe it to you because you haven't actually seen it out of character. Think the beginning of Aladdin, the little shop guy that like pops out his cart and starts off Aladdin, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
That is what this place looks like. There's bright purple fabrics, and as you walk up, it just kind of unfolds into a very large countertop and a wall behind it covered with a few items.
Oh shit!
And in there is Inside of there, when you go up, there you see quite a few different things in the back. You see a shelf that has a few potions on it, and you see a woman.
This is your rodeo, Mallow.
I go back to the woman and see if I can swindle her into giving me free health potions.
Okay, so I'm just gonna paint this picture. You walk up without introducing yourself, period, and I'm gonna have you go ahead and roll with disadvantage a persuasion check against her wisdom, with her rolling on advantage. So go ahead and try this. I don't know. Maybe you'll roll a natural 20.
As soon as I see her just walk up so boldly, I walk directly out of the shop.
Okay.
And I just stand there looking confused, perplexed, and I watch both of them do what they do.
So, Keely, go ahead and roll a d20 twice and give me the lower number.
So the first one was 15.
And don't forget to add a modifier if you have any.
And then
plus.
plus 2, so 17.
Okay.
Oh, and is that a 7?
Yeah.
So
So you rolled a 9. With advantage, she rolled a 21, and now she is not very happy. And she just looks at you and she's like, "Why were you trying to fast talk me? I'm just here to sell things. What can I help you with?"
It's my 10%.
I walk up and say, "We would like to buy."
I figured as much. Do any of you guys get out very often? Nobody. Okay, how can I help you?
What do you have for sale?
As Valen is talking to her, I see if I can take some.
Oh boy.
She's distracted.
You guys are never gonna even get out of the city.
I know.
Oh,
We're gonna go
boy.
straight to jail.
All right, roll a sleight of hand against her passive perception, I guess.
And I do have sleight of hand plus 2, so.
Okay, so go ahead and roll.
Oh, jeez.
D20?
Does that have disadvantage?
No, well, actually,
she's
yeah, it would
already
be on
onto
disadvantage.
you.
She's already onto you.
She's talking to.
She is talking
You know what?
Yeah.
So you'd have an advantage because she was distracted, and you'd have a disadvantage because she's onto you. So it's just gonna be a straight roll.
So, which one do I.
D20, you have to roll it.
Yeah, just roll a d20, and then add your modifier.
A 19.
Plus 2 is 21.
Which meets her passive perception. So you.
Stupid.
This is
So
the
why
worst.
don't you let us know what is within reach of
So-
Mallow and see what she gets?
Well, the only thing that's on the counter is a small bottle of gold liquid or of red liquid that kind of shimmers with almost like gold flecks inside of it.
Nice.
So, I mean, you grab it, I guess. I guess
That
you
you have
steal
that
this
now.
from this lady.
I
So
guess
go
you
ahead,
robbed this woman.
put that down on your sheet.
Add it to your.
Red sparkle liquid.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You don't know what it is because she didn't get a chance to tell you, and this is like forever ago, so nothing's marked. But hopefully that's not poison when you decide to drink it.
Or you can have some
Okay, I would like to continue talking to the shopkeeper
Okay.
and find out what she has to sell me.
I mean, I have numerous things. I have 8 healing potions, 5 climbing potions, 2 potions of greater healing, and I've got this special item. It's a bag of holding.
What is that?
A bag of holding can hold a lot of stuff, and it reduces the weight down to next to nothing.
How much does that cost?
It's 500 gold pieces.
Well, I would like to thank you for your time, and if I ever need the procurement of health potions, I will definitely come your way. I do have a lot of money. Don't even worry about it. I would have enough to buy that if I wanted to. It's just I don't think I need it right now, but I appreciate it. And I kind of scurry out there and try to kind of drag her out with me, knowing full well that she just robbed this woman.
Okay.
As soon as they come out, I
Hang
ask
on,
them
hang
if they
on.
decide
Really
to
quickly,
support
what's your
local
passive
business.
perception on your character, Jake?
Passive perception? What is that? I don't know what that is. He's looking
It's,
up.
oh,
Because
it's
there's a
right there, you can
mathematical
see it.
equation that tells you how
His
to.
passive perception is
14.
14. So actually, you don't know that anything
Oh,
was
wow,
stolen
so she beat me.
because
Okay, cool.
she beat your passive perception in her sleight of hand roll.
So I guess I tried to pull her out then, and because I know that
Getting
I have no
social
money.
anxiety.
Yeah, I have no money.
No, I just like smugly walked out of the store.
Okay.
Like that.
This
And I
this
just
oh
very
man.
skeptically look at them and just like, how did that go?
It was very expensive, and I didn't want anything to do with it.
All right. So now where are you guys gonna go after robbing an old lady that was
Did you
just selling
buy
her
anything,
wares?
Paolo?
They ain't gotta know that.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, none of us right now know that it was
No.
robbed. Does it? So,
They don't know.
all right. So, if you guys are
I'm
good, can we head out now?
All right. So
Yes.
you guys head down to the doors to the city wall that head out to the plains that lead to the broken lands. As you approach, there's a couple guards, and one of the guards approaches and says, "What are you doing leaving?"
Oh, we're just leaving, my dude. We're going to the neighboring city of
I mean, there's only
Are we-
one neighboring city. I mean, you got to be talking about Wabrick.
Yep, Wabrick. That's where we're going.
Well, it was nice knowing you. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And opens up the door.
Well, there's nothing to read into there. Let's go, guys.
I thank him, and as I walk by, I'm waving just furiously.
All right. Upon leaving the city, you see open fields. You guys travel for about an hour in the direction that you were told to go. When you see something moving in the grass.
Okay.
Well, really quickly, just to
Please
explain.
don't do us Nintendo. That was fair use.
Well, here's the thing. That I actually was hoping that bit would come up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump past the whole perception thing. You notice that this grass is tall grass, 3 foot tall, and could easily hide small animals. You still see movement in the.
Okay, so
some random
do you want us to roll initiative, or are we doing perception?
It's up to you what you want to do. I mean, you can
I have
charging.
An animal handling bonus. I would like to.
As do I, and I sprint towards it with excitement.
Okay, what's your movement speed?
Try and stay close to one of them because I'm not good with animals.
I
Okay.
let Balin run ahead because he looks very excited, and I want to cool it.
Be a new friend.
Oh man. So as you walk up, you see a wood elf, or most of one.
Oh.
One leg is broken and the bone is exposed through a festering wound. The elf is almost dead.
I'd like to cast a spell if I can.
Well, before you do that, let me just explain that only one leg is broken because the other one is missing and he's bleeding.
Cool.
Wow.
I'd still like to cast a spell. Can I do that?
I mean, you can.
Okay. I would like to cast my favorite spell, Goodberry. Home of the Goodberry can take your order. And with that spell, I create 10 berries. They just appear, and each one, if eaten, heals 1 hit point. And so I kind of kneel down to this wood elf and kind of force feed it these good berries.
All right.
At this
He
point,
takes them.
we've
and,
walked up and looked at the guy. By the way.
Oh yeah. So you see him feeding these berries, force feeding them to him, and he looks up and he says, "My name is Ulrin. I was escorting a shipment to Halvidar, but we were attacked by orc.
Whoa, we almost
they-
made it there, huh?
They slaughtered all of us. I'm the last one alive, and if someone isn't found to stabilize my wounds, that won't even last for long.
I just get the vague feeling healing isn't in any of our wheelhouses.
Yeah, I just gave him 10 whole heals.
Yeah, and that's not enough because he's not stable and he's currently bleeding out of a missing leg.
And you said we're
It would
an
take
hour
a
away?
restoration spell to be able to heal up the wound that he has. I mean, if you guys have decent medicine, I mean, you could try and stabilize him so that way he's alive when you come back.
Can I give him some of that red stuff that I stole?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you most certainly can.
Hey, can I, out of character, make a suggestion real quick? Well, actually, no. Let's see how this goes.
Wait, before you do that, which direction did you see the orcs go?
Yeah, we can all be.
I mean, you could literally just follow the bloody trail that is behind me. I crawled from there.
Cool, alright, later.
Cool. Oh,
No, I'm just kidding. That was a bit.
you know, they say laughter's the best medicine, dude. So, I mean, you feeling good now? or-
You know I'm still literally bleeding to death.
Thank you for not doing it all.
I'm literally still bleeding to death right now.
Yeah.
And then, as he says that, he breathes his last breath, and his eyes are still open, and his mouth is agape where he was talking to you.
Well, I feel like we
Drink my stuff.
nailed that interaction there, guys. Oh man, I was gonna do a nice thing for him. Oh well. I guess let's follow the blood trail.
Okay. 20 minutes after following the bloodied trail left by Oloran in the grass gives way to dirt that is dried and cracked. It's not a desert, but nothing is growing. Everybody make perception checks for me.
That's neat.
I think 20.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 7.
I had an 8, if you didn't hear that.
Okay.
Oh, we covered
Well,
it all.
you guys see dirt, and the
boy.
dirt is broken. It's like it used to be wet, and it dried up and cracked. And
Nice.
with your
Nature,
rolls,
am I
you can
right?
connect the fact that they're called the Broken Lands because the dirt looks broken. So you can keep on following the bloody trail if
You're
you'd
really
like.
good at this game.
Do you guys want to keep on following the bloody trail?
Yeah, let's do it out.
All right. So as you're approaching this kind of shimmer in the distance that seems to be moving, you notice this just by your passive perceptions. You see, due to like the heat distortion, you see what seems to be maybe a cart. Go ahead and make another perception check, all of you, because the first one was terrible.
That's a 6.
Well,
A 16.
Oh, all right. Well, in that case, Mallow and Frake both notice what appears to be 2 humanoid figures and a cart. And you see that one is tending to, like, the cart and is kind of walking around it and bending over. You can't tell what he's doing at this distance. But the other one is tending to a horse that's about 20 feet away. That is attached to a pike that's been put into the ground really deep to hold this horse steady and is currently trying to calm this horse.
Well, these are the orcs, right? Like, everyone's dead.
I'm still looking at the ground laughing and realizing why it's called fucking lands.
Okay, very in character.
Do I have... I'm gonna try... well, it's just like wide open. Trying to do stealth would do no good, huh?
So, doing stealth in this... I mean, you could get kind of stealthy if you were to get down close to the ground. Your movement speed would be slowed, but in this instance, movement speed doesn't really seem to be an issue.
You said there's 2 of them?
Yeah.
I like those odds. I say, let's go talk to them, but, keep your hands ready. Stay frosty.
Are you guys going stealthily, or are you guys just going?
I'm not trying to crawl. I don't want to be prone.
Okay.
Let's just go.
Yeah, just swag walk up to him.
I just yell after I notice them eventually and realize what we're doing. I just yell, "Hey guys!"
At
I-
that,
Instantly put my head in my hand.
at that, go ahead and roll initiative. Oh boy.
That's
you,
a 6.
you add your proficiency bonus, or your initiative bonus, right?
Yeah.
I got an 18.
Why are we doing that?
Because we're about to fight someone.
Oh.
This is the order that you fight in.
We add what?
You have nothing because your initiative bonus is 0.
15.
All right. Not terrible rolls. Jake was on the low end, but
Well, I rolled an 8, but I have a -2 initiative.
all right.
Yeah, maybe if you didn't yell at him.
I'm
Alright.
just excited to see people I don't recognize.
Well, you guys are pretty lucky because they did not roll well. So, as you approach, you see the one that's by the cart that seemed to be bending over. You can see it gets up, hearing you yell hi, and it sees you guys immediately, and you guys immediately see the dead bodies that it's been rummaging through. And it definitely is an orc, if you guys didn't already figure that one out. And the first one in the initiative order is going to be Ray.
Yes. Alright, do I see what weapons they have? Or do I roll perception to see, like, if any of them have ranged weapons?
I mean, you've got 6 seconds. I mean, I guess.
Oh.
Like each
Okay, that's
each
fine.
round is lasts 6 seconds, and everything happens simultaneously.
Okay.
So I mean, you can do that, but that would be like an action to investigate.
Nah, I'll live in the moment. I hurl my spear at the one that was trying to calm the horse.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attack.
That is an 18. Do I add anything to that for a second?
It depends. Did you use a paper sheet?
I'm using that one in front of me that you sent us.
The one that I sent. So with that, you should have a proficiency bonus to any weapons that you're proficiency in, or that you're proficient in. So your proficiency
yeah,
bonus would be
okay.
added to that.
Oh, then 20.
20. So that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Wait, D6 is a boy. Oh, jeez.
D6 is the regular die.
Yeah, I'm just a big dummy. Alright, here we go. Here we go. No whammies. I did a 3.
Okay. So you throw your spear and it flies across this open expanse, and you see it catch purchase right around the shoulder mark, and it embeds itself about 5 inches in, and he just pulls it back out and drops it to the ground.
Alright, nailed it.
Next would
Good
be
advice.
Keely.
I'm sorry, who?
Keely.
He called me Ray.
Sorry. After Fricay is Mallow. Mallow, would you go ahead and make your attack?
Ooh, I did a 3 plus,
What are you attacking with?
my staff.
You're too far away to hit it with the staff.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that magic though?
Staff is... No, your staff's not magic. If you used a cantrip, that would be magic.
If you're using a magical attack, that is a ranged attack, which it'll say on that card that it's ranged, and it'll give you like a range stats. Then you could use something like
The range on Acid Splash is 60 feet.
60 feet. So yeah, you
Correct.
could hit him with an acid splash. He's about 60 feet away from you.
Do I hit him?
Now
So
roll your-
acid splash. Okay, so it's a dexterity saving throw. So what happens is you automatically hit on your attack, but he gets a dexterity saving throw.
Oh.
Keely, what's your spell save DC?
Well,
12. Was it a wisdom saving throw?
Dexterity.
Or dexterity? Okay. In that case, let's go ahead and roll for an orc's dexterity, which is not phenomenal. So,
kill.
yeah, so that hurt. That's a 6, which doesn't make it. So, with that, go ahead and roll for damage.
5.
So he takes 5 points of damage. And which one were you attacking again? Was it the one over by the horse? Or the...
The same one,
Okay. So he's not looking very good. As you cast your spell, you see an ooze start to form around your hand, and then it develops into a ball of this green bubbling liquid. And you launch it at him, and it hits him just right in the chest, and it kind of melts away some of his armor and fuses it to his skin. And you hear him go across the way. You can hear him just screaming in pain. He's not looking very hot. So next up, that's going to be the first orc, the orc that you guys have been attacking. So right after getting hit with acid, it's just furious. So it's going to move 30 feet in your direction, which puts it within range of throwing a javelin, and having just been hit with acid, that is going to be thrown at Mal. So I'm going to go ahead and roll for that. That's 20 to hit?
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. That is 6 plus 3, so that's 9 points of damage.
Well, how many points?
9.
Okay, that's exactly how many hit points she has.
So after getting hit with this acid and becoming incredibly angered, it just runs up and chucks this javelin as hard as it can, striking you in the collarbone and kind of puncturing down towards into your neck. And you immediately are rendered unconscious. So what that means is that every round that it comes to your turn, you're going to have to make a death saving throw. You roll a d20, 10 or up is a save, 9 or under is a fail. Or sorry, 11 and up is a save, 10 and under is a fail. So you'll be doing that on your turn. If you get 3 fails, you die. Otherwise, somebody can try and revive you, but you're currently rendered unconscious. That brings us to Jake. It's Jake's turn.
Cool. So how far away am I from the orcs, and how far away are they from each?
You're about 5 feet away from Keely, or from Mallow, and you're about 30 feet away currently from the orcs. Well, from the orc that charged. The other one's about 60 feet away.
So my speed is 30, so I can move.
You can move right up to him if you wanted to.
Okay, cool.
Using all of your movement.
What I'll do is I will use about 20 of my movement to be about 10 feet away from them. How far away are they from each other?
They're 30 feet away from each other. So you've got the wagon, the one that's still by the wagon. One rushed up. So it's about 60 feet to the one by the wagon, 30 feet to this guy, and then from where your party's currently standing.
So I get about within 10 feet away from the ones to us, and I will use. Well, he looks pretty bad off, right?
Yeah, he doesn't look very hot.
Okay. If that's the case, then I will attack with my scimitar.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit.
Ooh, there's a 2. Do I add a modifier to that? Oh yes, my proficiency bonus. So that is a 4.
That's a 4. So you run up, and you swing as hard as you can at him, and it just bounces off of his armor that's currently fused to his flesh. Normally it would have done damage, but currently that armor is infused with his body, and all you hear is a slight sizzling sound as you push it down further into his flesh.
Cool.
That brings it to the orc that's all the way over by the wagon. So he's going to rush up to Balin and swing at him with his great axe, seeing him trying to attack another person of his wandering clan. And that is going to be 13 to hit.
It's my armor class?
Yeah.
That's a 17. That is a miss.
Nice try, nerd.
Oh, so as it swings, it just scrapes off your armor, and without stopping stride, it runs another 30 feet and is face to face with Friquet, just snarling in your face. So that brings us back up to the top of the initiative order. So that brings it to Ray's turn. For Ray's
Okay.
turn.
So is there any? I don't know any heals. So is there anything I should do to help Keely at this point, or should I just try and kill him?
I mean, you don't have if you don't have any healing.
It won't do
healing
anything. Okay.
then yeah.
I'm going to do. I guess I'm gonna try and kill the guy who's almost dead. I'm gonna run up to him and put some sick ninja moves on him and try and break that boy's neck.
All right. Well, by doing that, you would be running past the one that just rushed up to you, and he would get an opportunity to attack on you. There's currently one snarling in your face.
You're right. He did run right up to me. Well, then I'm gonna do some sick ninja moves on him, I guess.
Okay.
Plus, that's an 11.
A love one does not hit.
Oh, that's a bummer.
So, what kind of attack were you doing?
I was doing an unarmed strike.
All right. So as he rushes up, you go to punch him in the face, and you make contact, and you hear a sickening like crack as his jaw pops out of place, and he just laughs, and the laughter and the movement of his jaw, you just hear it pop right back into place, like nothing phased him.
Well, that was gross.
Yeah. And that would make it Keely's turn. I need you to roll a d20 and tell me what you roll. 17. So go ahead and mark a save. That was a successful save. So you get 3 of those. At 3, if you get 3 of those, you gain 1 HP and are back awake.
You're on your way.
So that would bring it now to the first orc that you guys have been attacking. That is right there next to Balin, and he's going to swing at you with his great axe again. So that's a 17.
So that in my classes, armor class is 7.
Okay, so that hits.
Do I get any bonus to it? I'm a little concerned about this upcoming hit.
Well, it's not gonna be fun. So that's gonna be 10 points of damage.
Are you sure? I think you should probably reroll. I don't think you want to kill all of us on the first to go. Because I had 7 hit points.
So he runs up. So he's right next to you, and he swings at you and brings his axe down, bearing it into your side with a sickening kind of splash sound as you hear kind of the squish of the sinew kind of splitting inside of your body, and immediately are rendered unconscious.
I just start crying. I don't even have a weapon.
You can get creative.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I have to do. I've got some range, but alright, well. Neat. Love this.
So, next, that is going to bring it to Jake's turn. So I need you to make a death saving throw. Roll a d20 and tell me what you get.
That is a 10.
That is a fail. Go ahead and mark that down.
Cool.
And that brings it to the other orc's turn, the one that's right on you. He is going to swing at you again, swing at you with his axe after you punched him in the face, and he's going to roll. Okay, that's not good. 7.
Ha! So I, using my ninja speed, my monk training, like water, artfully move around him and give him a middle finger while doing it.
What's your armor class?
13.
Yeah, I 100% canon. You almost Matrix-esque dodge as it swings, and you see the look of confusion as where you once were, you just aren't anymore. And he looks, and as he finds where you've gotten to, which is right next to him, he just sees a middle finger right in his face. And you hear him get incredibly pissed. Right in your face. that brings it back up to the top of initiative. So that makes it your turn, Ray.
Okay, I move 30 feet away, and then that presumably would bring me to where their original position was, right?
Well, if you do that, then there's going to be an opportunity attack against you.
Why? Because that one guy's in front of me, and then...
Yeah, well, anytime that you leave range of attack of an enemy that is currently you're currently sitting in range, if you pass out of that range, they get an opportunity attack.
I just want to get my spear back.
And they get one of those per round.
Not a that. Alright, then fine. I pivot a little bit, and I throw a dart at the guy who's almost dying.
Okay, roll the hit.
And then, how to read this one? Oh wait, I have to roll d20. That's a 12. Plus 2 for my bonus. So,
and it hits.
Nice.
Barely, but it hits. So go ahead and roll for damage.
No whammy. Whammies, huh? That's a 2.
A 2 plus...
Yep.
Plus anything?
Oh, yeah. I'm using a proficient weapon.
Yep.
So that's a 4.
So that's a 4. Yeah, he's not very happy. Alright, so...
Can I ask just a side question real quick? I have 10 darts. Are those something I'm able to get, like, to recover? Or once I throw it,
yes.
It's gone?
Well, once you throw it, it'll be based off of your roll.
Okay.
So, like, let's say that you rolled, like, a 3 and you missed and you're inside of a stone corridor, it might just, break the dart off against a wall. But if you roll a little bit better, but not quite hitting his armor class, it might just bounce off the wall. If it embeds itself in him, you'll usually be able to recover it.
Okay.
So, but yeah, for right now, mark down 1. So that brings it to Keely. Go ahead and make another death saving throw. Roll a d20. Tell me what you get.
13.
13. That's another success. Go ahead and mark that down.
Here we go. One more.
And then next after that would be the first orc. That orc is going to throw a javelin at you from across the way since he's not close to you. And that's going to be... You guys are going to totally get saved by a terrible roll. That's a natural 1.
Okay, so when he throws that, can I catch it out of the air?
No, just wait. Okay. So, you're still right up against his friend, and throwing it, he thinks that he's got a shot on you, but he definitely doesn't. So now I'm going to go ahead and roll damage against the orc that's right next to you. That is 9 points of damage to his friend. He's doing more than we have.
As that happens, I look in stunned disbelief, and I just laugh at him.
So let me just describe what happens. You see him getting ready to throw past the war axe that this guy is holding, and you just, like, in between his shoulder and where the axe is as he's snarling at you, just see him rear back and throw this javelin. Then all of a sudden you hear a... And then a roar from the one that's right in front of you that currently has now a javelin sticking out of his chest. And it's about an inch away from you because you were right next to him, and it just stopped barely shy of skewering you both.
And I do one of those things where I, like, pat my chest and I'm like, what?
So with that, that brings it to, let's see.
Balin.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I rolled a 19.
Okay, so go ahead and mark down a success. And then after that, it's going to bring it to the second orc's turn, who, very frustrated, is going to... he's now... You see him turn, and he stares at one of the fallen bodies of a comrade. Looking at where his eyes are tracking, you see him staring at Mallow. Still mad about the acid, he rushes forward and swings down with his great axe. Go ahead and take an opportunity attack against him because he's leaving your range.
All right.
So roll an attack to hit, and then roll damage.
Use it, though. I've got to re-roll because it landed in carpet. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I need to get a box.
You will get one soon.
Okay, that's 12.
All right. Is that plus your proficiency?
Oh, sorry, no, 14.
See, that makes a big difference. So that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Alright, that's going to be 4. That's a 1.
What was that? You said it's a 1?
A 1.
All right. So,
And that was in my punch.
is that plus anything? 1 plus?
No, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting to do math. I'm bad at this game. That's 3.
Wait, do you
Okay.
get the plus to that?
Okay, wait, yeah, do you get it on when you're rolling against armor class, or do you get it when you're
You
doing
get it
damage?
when you
or do get it
roll
both?
when you roll against armor class, and then weapons have their own. Let me look it up real quick.
Because my spear, my darts, and my fists have a +2 bonus. Does that go for damage, or does that go for against armor?
Well, you've got a +2 on your proficiency to armor, but most weapons also have an addition to damage.
Okay.
So,
And if it's something you're proficient in, okay, that makes sense.
yeah, I'm gonna homebrew this. So normally it's just a die based on, like, it's just a single die, flat rate. But there are home rules that allow, like when I looked it up, that allow for the proficiency bonus that allows better increase in damage than it provides already. So we're gonna go with that home rule. So yes,
We're just gonna
adding
do it the way we've
proficiency
been
to
doing
damage.
it.
Yes.
Okay. So that's 3
And the
damage.
reason why is because otherwise, just as you level up, you get like 1d2, it goes to 1d3,
I see.
and it just keeps on going up, and it's not very good. So instead, we're going to do with proficiency.
Okay. So that is 3 points of damage.
All right. So 3 points of damage means he does not look very good. He is not very happy with his current situation and is starting to regret his life decisions. And that will bring it to his turn to attack the dead body, and that is with it, or the unconscious body, which would be with advantage because you're unconscious.
I think it'd be with disadvantage because I got him, but that's fine.
That's to be an 18 to hit. Actually, that's 23 to hit, which hits. It doesn't matter about damage because damage isn't going to be able to deal enough to actually kill you. So go ahead and make a forced death saving throw. You have to roll 1 more now, just
I
because
see.
he's attacking.
15.
Okay, so that's another success. You are now conscious. As he swings down and strikes you in the side, the searing pain just brings you back from darkness. Just out of sheer anger and pain, you wake back up, and you see him there, right in front of you. So with that, that's going to take us back up to the top of initiative order, which is going to be Ray.
As a free action, I say, "Welcome back, Sleeping Beauty." And then who's the one? Well, I'm gonna go fight the one that's trying to kill her. I'm gonna go up and do an unarmed strike again.
Okay, go ahead and roll for damage.
17, so that hits, right?
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll for damage. Sorry, I said roll for damage twice now, but
I knew what you meant.
yeah, you know what I mean.
That's gonna be another 3.
It's be another 3.
Yep.
So as you run up, you jump up and you wrap your legs around his neck, and swing your body around him, and then pull him forward over, smacking his head into the ground. And you see just a puddle of blood under where his head was as he slumps to the ground dead.
Dun, 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 dun.
John Cena!
I
So
cannot believe I just got to Black Widow and Orc. That's the best. Monks rule.
I'm glad you knew where I was going with, because that's exactly where I pulled that from. Now it's going to be Keely's turn. You are currently prone. It takes half your movement to get back up.
So if you stand up,
You can only move 15 feet. You can't move
wouldn't
30.
want to move again. But you would do a range attack anyway, probably, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, you're right. You would you would have a ranged attack on this guy that's left.
Yeah.
So the one orc's dead already. How
Correct.
far away is the other one from me?
30 feet, right?
It's 30 feet.
You could ask this one.
I can.
Yeah. Because that's a cantrip. You can do that.
That's
Yeah.
cool too.
Okay. Go ahead and well, I guess you don't have to roll for attack. I have to roll a wisdom save, don't I?
Correct.
On that. That is a 10.
And that actually does.
No, it doesn't. Wasn't it 12 for the save?
Yes.
Oh, you're right. I thought you meant against her actual wisdom. No, you're right. 12.
Yeah. So, it doesn't succeed. So go ahead and roll a d6 for damage.
4.
All right.
Oh, that was
It doesn't matter. So you throw acid at him the same way that you did before after just regaining consciousness, taking note of what's around you, seeing one of your party still on the ground bleeding out, the other one looking noticeably beaten.
I haven't taken any damage. So.
Oh, you haven't? Okay, sorry. The other one looking
No, I'm
incredibly
crushing it.
awesome after crushing a skull down.
He's just standing there flexing.
And
Yeah.
he's just...
Can I
Different, like muscle man poses.
Can I flip him off?
Yeah,
while
I'll
I'm
grant that
doing
as a free action. Go ahead.
I put my
So-
arms like a what?
And then you form this ball of acid that just kind of materializes, running up your arms and forming into this ball. And as you launch it at him, and it hits him square in the face, and then as the acid passes, all you see is skull remaining, and a few patches of hair and skin that's slowly sizzling and falling off, and he just falls to the ground dead.
I just rolled a 5 on a d20, so my constitution is very low, and I just threw up.
Perfect. So you now might want to go ahead and stabilize your friend, or
Yeah,
he is going
I
to-
wipe my mouth, and I go see, I go get my dude, help him up.
Well, you have to do something to get him to feeling better.
Oh.
He's still bleeding, so you can roll a medicine check to stabilize him, but that means that he will take 3 points of exhaustion, and each day that he rests, he will get rid of one, and he won't be conscious for 8 hours, I believe, is what it is, a minimum of a long rest.
Oh, and he's a big boy. Do not want to carry him. Yeah, do you have any potions?
Yeah, I have 10 potions.
Yeah, I mean, I guess flex on him. I ain't got shit.
Okay.
What's in your pack?
Not potions. I have some rations. I have my
Keely, you
my
still have.
trinket.
You did not give that wood elf that
That
glistening
random thing.
potion because he died before you could, because everybody decided to banter with him while he was bleeding out in the grass.
I don't want to test the thing on.
Go
What's
ahead.
your-
Go ahead and
what's
do
your-
an Arcana check.
Well, yeah, what's your Arcana? It's +1, it looks like.
Go ahead and roll a d20 and add 1.
13.
14.
Okay. You've worked with these potions plenty before. It is a greater healing potion.
Hey.
All right, I give it to him.
she had to think about it. Wow. So this, all right. So anyway, she gives you a potion, and a, hang on, let me pull this up, because a greater, actually, I think I have them I have it saved.
See, my trinket is it's a nightcap that when you put it
So
on,
a greater
it goes
healing
immediately.
potion is 4d4 plus 4 for
Oh.
the HP added.
Shoot.
And as a matter of fact, here's what I'm going to allow you to do. Both of you guys drink half of it, and you can
Okay.
each roll 2d4 plus 2.
The triangle one.
Cool. That brings it to 6 hit points.
Roll it. And then the top of the pyramid, so that's 2. And now roll again. And that's 1, so 3 hit points. Or
So
you get
5
No,
plus
yeah,
2.
Plus 2.
Plus 2, yeah.
So
You are currently at 5.
6, because you gain 1
From coming back to life,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
So
I would click that and change it to 6, so you don't forget.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget to keep in mind your max hit points. You can't go above that. So.
Yeah, it just brings you up to.
So you guys have all survived, although it was a close call. So what would you guys like to do?
I walk over and pick up my spear. And
I rummage to the bodies.
Okay.
I go to the cart.
I
So
wanna
let's
use
start
it-
off
Sorry, go
with checking the bodies because that's what I've got up first. So you're checking the bodies. I want you to roll a perception check for me, please.
$17.
Okay, so looking around, you notice something strange. They all carry these orc-made great axes that are kind of rough and not really fancy looking or not well craftsmanship. It's more made for function than form. And all of them have javelins, but one thing that they all have that seems really out of place is 4 very shiny, brand new looking short swords. You also find 400 gold in total. And you find 2 unusable great axes. They're not in very good condition. They would have to be serviced in order to do something. You find 18 javelins. 2 unusable studded leather armor. They can be sold for 10 gold pieces apiece, but they're not going to fit you, or are they in the condition to be used? But an armorer would buy that from you. Last but not least, there is a letter written in Dwarvish. Does anybody speak Dwarvish?
Any of you guys got Dwarvish?
No.
Anybody speak
Kira,
Orc
you
or
never-
Goblin?
You never selected your and one more language.
Just wanted to keep it a mystery.
Oh, okay. So you know what it is, though? Okay. Well, then, yeah, you must speak that.
Anybody speak Orc or Goblin?
No.
Okay, so there is a note in Dwarvish. You want to mark that down.
I speak goblin.
Oh, you speak Goblin?
You speak Goblin.
I
So,
can't write.
fun fact, Orcs
Oh, that's
and
it.
Goblins, their written language is Dwarvish.
Oh.
So knowing that
That's a
also
nice
allows
cultural
you to
insight.
read Dwarvish. You cannot speak it, but you can read it. So on it you read, "The fat dwarf said if we patrol the Broken Lands, there will be a guarded cart with weapons passing through today. You stay here," and the spot where you guys have just fought is currently marked on a crude map, "and stop any carts and kill the guards. Check the bodies and send one of your men to come and get us if you find it. Stay with the other and stand guard."
So I'm assuming Keels reads that aloud to us.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
assuming
we
that
could-
you would read it out.
Yeah, I'm wondering. Yeah, we do need to bounce. I'm also wondering the approximate weight of the dwarf that owns the other store. So we'll have to check that out when we get home. How many horses are there? Just the one?
There's just the one, and the cart is still in good condition. So I mean,
Yeah, I
you
want to
could
do
probably
an
hook it
animal
up.
handling check and see if I can get that.
Well,
bad boy
first
back
let's
on the
settle
cart.
everything else, because the cart's also being checked by.
Oh
Mallow.
yeah, Keels was checking. Sorry.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me, please, with advantage.
17.
And
17.
I'll do another one. Another one to that.
11.
11. So you.
So 17.
you get advantage.
All right. You find everything on the ledger except for 4 shiny new short swords. The total shipment is worth about 11,000 gold pieces.
Swindling us.
You also notice a lockbox that was not on the ledger. Anybody good at sleight of hand?
Ah,
I
slay.
am.
I got +2. What do you got, Keels?
Same.
I
Nope.
am minus 2.
You're not allowed to touch the box.
All
I mean,
right.
I can still try.
Yeah, so if you guys want to try, all three of you guys.
I rolled a nat 20, so I popped that thing open.
He lied.
So,
Alright, gonna give it a go?
A nat
I
20.
legitimately rolled a nat 20.
No, you didn't.
That's sitting right here. I'm not kidding.
Oh, shit.
I walked up in Fonzie style, like pop it on top of it. And just
So no. Let me describe this a little bit more artfully here. So as you see the two of them arguing over who is going to open it, you see Fricke and Mallow just arguing back and forth about who's better at picking locks. And you walk over there and you're just like, hey, and then elbow it, and it pops open, and you find 600 gold pieces.
Nice.
Do we see him find 600 gold pieces?
Yeah.
Alright, you're
So
gonna...
I share.
Yeah, you're gonna be splitting that.
Yeah, so that would be, 200 apiece if you guys split it.
So did I?
Also, everybody gained 15 experience for that. So, whoa, because you guys found that. Congratulations, you solved my lockbox puzzle.
15
Experience for Fonzie.
And Keely, that would bring you up to 210 gold pieces.
Also,
So you can
that
edit it
brings
up
me to the point where, at this point, everybody roll a perception check for me.
19.
Oh boy. Ooh, nat 20. Nat 20.
Okay.
Check me out.
17.
Wow, the high rolls.
Yeah, 200 didn't get
So-
earlier, huh?
I know, right? At this moment, while the two are arguing and Fonz just opened up this lock and everybody's super happy, you see another orc running up from the distance. He heard the noise of the battle, the scream of the man who was splashed with acid on his face, and he was the one that was sent off to go get people. So he wasn't very far away, heard it, and has come running back. He is currently about 30 feet away from you.
Sorry, rolling initiative again.
No, I'm keeping your current initiative.
Oh, so can I pick up one of the javelins?
First thing that's going to happen is he's going to hurl a javelin at you.
Oh, got it. Okay. At me?
Yeah, he rolled a natural 20 for his initiative.
Okay. Oh, that's just the initiative. Okay, not the...
That's just the initiative. But no, so he's going to throw a javelin at you from over there. That is 13 to hit.
Ah, beans, yeah.
Okay. And then a javelin.
Finally taking some damage here, huh?
And hits you for 5 points of damage.
Woof! Okay. Don't worry about it.
Now, this one, as you guys have all rolled such high perception, he is not as well off. He was clearly the one sent back because of the fact that he had been wounded in the battle to take it.
Okay.
So, with that brings it to your turn.
Well, this didn't work last time, but I'm going to go ahead and not learn and do it again. I'm going to throw my spear right at him.
All right.
That's going to be a 6 and 17.
And that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
4.
4. Okay. All right. And that brings it to Keely's turn.
Can I do another acid splash?
You can. It's a cantrip. You can do it as much as you want.
Yeah, bitch.
She does
So,
action splash in her sleep. You got to save
That is
against
a
12.
15 to save.
Yeah, that saves.
And let me look up that if I take any damage if it doesn't. I don't think it does, but just in case.
No.
It might be half.
I have it pulled up.
Oh, yeah, pull up. Cool.
Okay, so it doesn't.
It does not.
That is correct. So you go ahead and try and hit him with its acid, and as it flies at him, he just kind of moves out of the way, and it hits the ground, a distance behind him. That brings it
It looks sweet, though.
to the final member of the squad. Go ahead and take your turn, Balin.
All right.
Balin, if I can remember to pronounce everything.
Yeah, I'm going to finally, hopefully, attack this. I'm going to move. He's 30 feet away, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to move within 15 feet of him.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my dragon breath weapon, which I've chosen green ancestry. So I emit a 15-foot cone
Of acid breath, right?
poison.
Poison
It's
breath.
poison damage. You have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. All right. Let's see. That's gonna be 11.
And mine's 12.
Oh boy. So
And this is a 2d6 damage.
oh boy.
And that's 11.
Oh boy.
I hinge my jaw and poison just spews out of it directly on him.
Oh man. So you squirt your poison juice all over his face and in his hair and in his eyes, and he's like, I didn't want you to get it in my eyes.
Monkey shot.
And he falls to the ground dead.
Nice.
So congratulations, you killed an orc by splooging poison on him.
Yeah, you're damn right.
So with that, what would you guys like to do?
Rummage through his body.
You find an additional 20 gold pieces, and another unusable great axe, and another torn up gross piece of studded leather that somebody might buy for 10 gold pieces.
Cool.
So there's a lot of stuff that I know we all can't carry. Can we just all load it up in this cart and then sell it all to our boy when we get back?
You most certainly can try, if he's willing to buy it.
I mean, there's another guy we can go to. So,
You better bow.
do you want us to do animal handling or something to see if the horse will listen to us?
Yep. As a matter of fact, hang on, let me scroll down. I've got the DC on that already set.
Well, you're a druid, so you should probably go. Do
Yeah, I've got +4 to animal hand.
it.
Don't you as well?
I have +3. So.
All right, so the horse, who's gonna try this?
I just did, and I rolled a 7.
Okay, so as you approach, you see this horse is not having anything right now. There's literally been 2 battles clearly in the last couple hours that happened right next to it, and it was like tied down and unable to escape. So it's terrified. With that, it kicks you and does 1 damage.
Excellent.
I'm gonna play the most dangerous game here. I crack my knuckles and I say, "Let me take a shot at this."
Okay, go ahead and roll.
19.
All right, that's enough to calm down the horse.
God,
It takes
I had
it takes
one
about
hit
20
point
minutes. You had 1 hit point left. I could just picture it, a bad roll and a horse kills you.
That's it.
Oh man. So you calm down the horse. It takes about 20-25 minutes.
I whisper in his ear very sensually.
Yeah, and you do, and it's clearly well received as it nuzzles up against your side and goes, and then yeah, you guys can go hook it up to the cart if you'd like.
Yeah, let's do this thing. Let's head home.
All right, so you got it hooked up to the cart. So it takes about 15 minutes for you to prep the cart for leaving. By cart, it's about 40 minutes to Halvidar and another 20 minutes into the city to his shop. Actually, that
Nice.
changed because I changed the layout of the city. So actually, just another couple minutes to the shop because he's close to the door now. You show up and you see the shop there in front of you. What would you like to do?
I think before we bring anything back, before we let him know we're back, I think we should at least go into the shop of the other guy, because I want to see if he's fat or not.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
So you make your way to this shop. It is much nicer looking than the other one. A lot of ornate archways. It's taller. It's made of stone, brass fittings, like trim work along everything. Clearly this was dwarven made and not made by the average human that lives inside of this town. And there is a guard at the door.
Oh,
Can I start sweet talking the guard?
You can certainly try.
That would be D20, right?
Well, you gotta actually talk. You can't just say I want to roll
Yeah.
to sweet talk. You gotta
say
sweet
something.
talk. Because
What
if
is
you
the
say
race of
something
this guy?
good, I might give advantage. Or if you say something that's not very good, you might get disadvantage.
Um,
What you want here? Come on, speak up.
I just look at her like, what are we doing? I try to sweet talk him then, since Keely is silent.
I'm trying to think of something to say.
Okay.
Um, hey there, sweet thing. How's it going? How's your birthday going?
It'll be going better when I'm done with you. Leave us alone. I just want to stand here and guard.
All work from no play makes for a dull day.
But it is my job. It's a job. You know this, right? This is what I get paid to do, is to stand at a door and keep people from going inside. And here you are, unannounced, don't introduce yourself, incredibly rude. You should always introduce yourself. And you walk right up to me and say, call me Sweet Thing. Do you work at the Mithril Rose?
Yes, be a whore.
I mean, to be fair, you literally just approached him.
I pull out 20 gold and say, perhaps we can go spend some of our money in your shop.
I get paid better than that, boy.
Okay, why can't I come in?
You need a written letter from the mayor to be able to enter here. Or you need a written letter from the Stronghammer tribe. Someone of importance from their tribe can write a writ that allows you in.
Can we pull out that letter that we got from the...
I'm going to keep you from breaking the storyline and completely fucking up everything and tell you no. Because you're literally walking up to a dwarven man who, or not a dwarven man, but to a dwarven place of business, to a guard that's paid by this dwarven person, who you guys suspect may possibly have sicked these orc on
Okay,
this shipment,
I want to
and
try
you're trying to
something.
show him the proof that you have.
And if this doesn't work, I do have a follow-up.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say, you really won't let us in. We're supposed to meet with that fat turd in there.
Fat
And then-
what?
What?
Fat what?
Sorry, turd. It's half elf slang for feces.
Get out of here before I pull my sword.
Okay, I
So,
want to try
so
something.
is he fat though? That's just. I give him the finger and I walk off.
I would like to use create bonfire.
How
I
do
want,
you want to use this?
Off to the side, I yell, "Hey, look at this!" and I make a fire and see if I can distract him long enough for Mallet to slip in.
He just stands there unfazed. Like you do this
Well,
like he's
listen,
never
I
seen a
just-
fucking
hey,
bonfire.
I just made this with no supplies whatsoever. I created this as
There's literally a magic worker here in town that runs a shop. She's a sweet lady. I heard that some goods went missing recently, though. So the guard's gonna be looking into that.
I apologize profusely and usher my friends away.
Okay, what do you want to do now?
I guess let's go see our boy.
Wait, can we look and see if there's like a back door?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Roll a perception check.
What?
Actually, roll an investigation check, not a perception.
Okay.
D20?
Yep. You said investigation?
Yep.
It's gonna be 18, my dude.
18. You find a back door, but it is sealed by some kind of magic.
Naturally, this is a pretty classy joint. We're not classy
Well,
lads.
since I am magic, can I like find out what kind of like?
Do you have a detect magic spell?
No.
That would be the only way that you really get details. I mean, you can tell that it is clearly the door that is magic. And the entire building is made of stone. There's no way that you're going to break through it. There is a small window next to it that you could try and peek through. So as you look through the window,
Never mind. Sorry.
you see a dwarf who is kind of rotund, but definitely not fat on the scale of dwarves. And he's working the shop. You also see that he's having a conversation with another dwarf that looks to be dressed quite nicely in very fine clothing.
I don't trust you nerds, but if you go back, you turn in the quest, get that sweet guap, naturally you bring me back my share. And the share of the things that you sell. Can I stay here and see if I can tail that dwarf, the fancy dwarf, when he leaves?
Yeah.
Does that sound good to you guys?
Yep.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Hey, it's me again, your DM, Andrew. Thanks for listening. If you liked it, let us know by subscribing to our podcast and leaving a review. Also, we're just starting out, so if you have any friends who'd like to listen to us make fools of ourselves while playing D&D, please let them know about us. If you want to see more content from me, I also stream sometimes at twitch.tv/MagicCoolbus. That's MAGIICCOOLBUS. Or tweet at me at the same name if you want to get your name used as a character. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a week.